So you actually caught us on a good morning. This is the first time this place in months has looked so pretty, and it's because we had a birthday party here last night, because I still want to keep living our life to the fullest. And we've had boxes everywhere. It's just been totally chaotic. We're supposed to be out on the 28th because the judge completely ignored our requests. He would roll his eyes at our attorney. They're treating us like we're tenants who haven't been paying anything. And it's unbelievable the way they see us. They just think we're malingerers. And we've been paying this extortion payment all the way through. And it's just been a nightmare. And there have been days where I just have wanted to throw up. Because it's like, you know, are you coming? Are you going? One day we win a little bit. As Douglas Gillis, our attorney, has been saying, you know, it's like the ball is in one court and then it changes and then we think we're winning and then they win their piece. But consistently, the judge has been rolling his eyes. I mean, I've stood in court and I have just stared at him and went, you know, this is about justice. This is about truth. We're giving you an opportunity to start seeing what has happened to the American people, seeing the level of fraud that's been going on, and you have a chance to change this. This is what I've been kind of thinking, because, you know, I don't know how to speak in court. I don't dare say anything, but I would really like to. And our attorney, after the last time when the judge just rolled his eyes, he said, I've read the complaint. There is nothing in it of merit, and we know that there is, you know, according to law, there is so many causes of action that are accurate and very powerful that the bank has been ignoring, and so have the investors who think they bought our home. And when the judge just rolls his eyes and says there is nothing of merit, and when our attorney says, well, actually, there is stuff happening, you know, in federal court with Chase Bank, you know, and the robo-signing, and there's actually an employee for Chase who admitted that when he first arrived in the loan modification department, he was told by his boss, we're not in the loan modification business, we are in the business of foreclosure. So their intent is to foreclose. They make a lot more money foreclosing. And so when our attorney, Roger, says, okay, here is some stuff, you know, for you to read, and the judge goes, it's not necessary. You don't have to. In other words, it doesn't matter who you are. You're just a little fly we can squash. And what we're learning is, even though I'm not a fighter, is that we just don't give up. We don't give up, and we keep going, and that there has to be a place, and I know you talk about this because you've inspired me so much, there has to be that groundswell where enough people wake up, enough people tell their stories, and we all get together. And it's not from a place of poor me, look at poor me, I'm a victim. It's more, I feel, we're being called from that deepest place within us. It is about standing true in who we are on the planet, standing up for righteousness, standing up for justice, standing up for communities, our lives, our friends, our homes, and that as we do that, as a group, we can move forward and not let anyone take advantage of us anymore. So it's about our own personal inner strength and power. And as we claim that, we can stand up to these big banks, because there is so much fraud, and they are too big not to fail. And that takes us back to Douglas's website, chasechase.org. Too big not to fail. Yeah? Yeah.
Well, you're my hero, my dear. You've taken this to another level. I'm just so proud of you, and really you inspire us to keep going. I know we've inspired you,
Yes.
but you've taken it to another level where you actually, I feel like you're the poster child of this whole horrible situation, because you have the drive, the integrity, the vision, and the energy to keep going and take it to the level that it has to go to, and inspire these judges and these people to go into their hearts, their higher conscience, their higher selves, and know that this is wrong.
That this is really, really wrong.
That it is wrong, just plain wrong, and it's time to operate from that higher place and do what's right.
Well, if I hadn't met you, and you hadn't arrived on our land, you arrived the day when Julian and I just let go. And we said, we can't fight anymore. We don't have it in us. We have to let go and we're so exhausted and burned out. And a common story I've heard is that we were lonely. People have come to me and said, we're lonely, we don't know what to do, we feel we're by ourselves, we're confused. And you arrived on our property and you told us your story. And I was so grateful, and it gave me the courage to keep going.
Wow, that's interesting.
Isn't that amazing?
Now you're giving us the courage
to keep going with your story.
We're losing our house next week.
I know.
And we've lost one already, and we're losing this one. We've been fighting. Andrew's been writing these pleadings. We've been giving it our heart for all people. We're not attached to our places. Yeah. We're not like you that think we're going to die there. We're ready to let them go if these are the rightful owners.
Yes.
If they have standing to foreclose, if they're the rightful owners, they can have it, but not if they're not. And if they're unlawfully foreclosing on millions of homes, and we have the intelligence and ability to go forward and make a difference, we have to do that. And we can't give up the fight.
No.
We have to stay the course, and so we feed off of each other.
Yeah, and what you've been helping us is, yes, this has been our home for all these years. This has been my paradise on the planet. And underneath, we both know that we are not our home. We cannot be attached too much, and that who we are, we take with us wherever we go. So even if we're down to a tiny little one room and everything in storage, we cannot give up the fight. We cannot give up who we are. And the tools we've learned, because we've had to stand up and we've witnessed the greed, the forcefulness, the rage of the attorneys on the other side. Sometimes, you know, as Roger, our attorney, was saying, he's seen steam coming out of the ears of the people, the investors who think they bought our home. And I've said to Roger, how do you keep doing this? And he said, because this is about justice.
Yeah.
Douglas the same. He is so committed to supporting people because of the truth.
Yeah.
And there are many times I couldn't have done. But when I look at you, when I look at them, and we are like, we've had enough. And then we go, we're not our home. This is helping us grow. And we're much bigger than our home. We are for truth and justice.
Yeah, and Gandhi said, there's a quote from Gandhi, first they fight you, then they ridicule you, then you win.
Then you win.
Something like that. That's not exactly it, but it's really beautiful to just hang in there. He knew he was on the side of right, of justice.
Yes.
And he persevered. He starved himself to death. He did practically, you know, he performed a miracle by staying his vision on justice, on truth. So we just have to stay there and know that it'll have its process, it'll wind its way. But he said, ultimately, the truth prevails.
Fight them in the hills. I've converted it to us here. We'll fight them in the courts, we'll fight them on YouTube, we'll fight them in the media, we'll fight them you know, on film, we'll fight them through gatherings and networks. We'll keep fighting.
Yeah, well, truly you're an inspiration, my dear. Truly.
Wow.
So let's just keep each other going.
Yeah, you keep us and we keep you. And there is a strength when we all connect and we are building a community of like-minded people, and we welcome everyone who wants to join us in standing up for their own rights and community rights and the rights of who we are on the planet.
Inalienable right.
Inalienable
It's in
right.
the Declaration of Independence, inalienable rights, the inalienable right to shelter.
Yes.
To safety, to the pursuit of happiness, to all that humanity deserves to have. Everyone deserves that.
And that's what you stand up for.
Yes.
Yeah, we stand up for safe homes and healthy homes. I never knew that we would be aligning with you in terms of that righteousness and, you know, working with the law and going into court. And
well, we didn't think we would either, but here we are. We've all been led here and led and joined together. All these inspired people. We've been networked all throughout the country with people that are working on this level for this purpose.
Yeah. And your network, when I tap into your network, then I feel inspired. So the work that you're doing, I'm so grateful for. Yeah.
So thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.